guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, we are about to have some more Christmas and July fun. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to my channel. I am so grateful that you have chosen to spend a portion of your day with me. And a big thank you to everyone who has bought me a coffee and everyone who supports my monthly membership group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys help me to keep this channel running and I am so appreciative. So today we're going to make a Christmas tower box. I love making these. I love giving these. I love receiving these. So I'm going to show you how simple it is to make these. And I'm making these 2 boxes high, but you can make them even higher if you want. So I'll go over the supplies with you guys in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here is today's awesome project. We are making this 2-box tower set. We have a 4x4 and then a 3x3 on top. And you can see just how gorgeous this is. This makes a fabulous presentation for anything that you might want to give. We aren't using chipboard on this box, but we will do some minor reinforcement to it. So here is what you're going to need to make it. So for the 4x4 box, we're going to need a piece of 12x12, and I'm using a medium weight cardstock. A heavy weight will also work for this. Then for the lid, I have a piece that measures 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. Then for the 3x3 box, I have a 9 by 9 piece. And for that lid, I have a 7 1/8 by 7 1/8 inch piece. And then for my reinforcement pieces, I have 2 pieces that measure 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and 2 pieces that measure 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then I have 36 inches of wonderful satin ribbon. I got this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, but you can find ribbon like this anywhere. And then I'll be using a Christmas tag as the embellishment on my project. So to get started, we are going to go ahead and take our 12x12 inch piece and we're going to make the box bottom, and we're going to score at 4 on all 4 sides. And then we'll score at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. And while I have my scoreboard out, let's just go ahead and score the lid for this piece. So we're going to take our 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 inch piece, and we're going to score at 1 and at 2 on all 4 sides. And the reason why I'm using my bone folder versus my stylus, I happen to be using this bone folder on a previous project. It was out, so I am using it. Either one will work. So we are going to go ahead and fold and burnish all of our scores. And I am going to give a nice crisp burnishing to all of these scores. Okay, so once we have all of our scores folded and burnished, we'll be going up to the 2nd score mark on 4 sides, just like this. So where I've made those marks, that means we're going to go up to that score mark and we're going to cut straight down. So I'll bring in my finger blade and I'm going to go up to that 2nd score mark and I'm dragging straight down. I'll do the same thing over here. I'll drag straight down because my goal is I need to free up this piece. So then once I have that piece freed, we need to then angle cut on this piece. So I am just going to angle cut coming down on this piece. And then what I do over here, I also need to do over here. So I'll do the same thing. So now that we have it like this, we'll come to the score mark that's here on this narrow flap, and we're going to go ahead and angle cut in here, and we'll angle cut right there. So I'm going to take my finger blade. I can angle in as I cut down, and then I can angle there, and I have this piece. Then I'm simply going to trim away a little bit, and what I did on that was I trimmed a little below the score mark. So this is how your piece is going to look. We need to do this all the way around. So I'll go to this score mark, drag down at an angle, angle there to remove that piece, and then I'll trim down here. And if you guys hear a bell in the background, that is my little puppy Loki. She is here with me today, and she's a little restless right now. So I'm going to go up to this score mark, which is the second score mark, and I'll cut straight down. And then I can angle in. I can cut straight down here. I'll angle on this tab. Then I can come over, angle here, angle here, and then reduce that piece. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I will go to this point here and drag down, and then I'll angle, and then I'll reduce. So once you've done all of that, your piece is going to look like this. Now I'm also going to take these 2 points here that don't have the outer flaps angled, and I am going to just angle those. And the reason why, it just makes it easier to fold over those outer flaps. So now that we have our box like this, we are ready to put it together. So before I put it together, I'm going to take a piece of that 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 inch scrap. I have placed glue on the back. You can do this with tape as well, but I'm just going to place it down. And that just gives me a little sturdiness to the base. So now I'm going to take my glue, and we'll place our glue on these flaps. And we'll bring it up and just make sure that you're getting everything nice and tight and crisp. And we are going to do the same thing here. So just bring it up. Nice, tight, crisp edges. And then I'll go on the inside. We're going to do the same thing here. And I'm using my bone folder to go on the inside versus my big old spatula, because it goes on the inside of that a whole lot better. So I'm just going to tuck that piece in, add the glue with it tucked in. And now I can take this piece and we'll get it nice and tight. And now I can take the outer flaps, and I'm just going to bend those backwards so that I can apply some glue. And I'll place my glue on the 4 outer flaps. You can do this with tape if you want. If you have a good quality tape runner and you're not going to be placing anything overly heavy in the inside, you can also use that good quality tape runner. I know some of you use glue sticks. Please use whatever it is that you have and that has worked for you. So I'm just folding over these flaps on the inside. And then I'll just go around to make sure I have everything nice and stuck. You can see that we now have a very professional looking box because we have a finished top. We have a nice decorative base to that box. So this would be a great gift to give to someone, or you can make these tower boxes to sell. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the piece that measures 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. We scored this piece at 1 and 2 on all 4 sides. And we are just going to fold and burnish all of those scores. And then once we have all of our scores folded and burnished, we are going to remove 3 corner pieces from all 4 sides of this box. So we're just going to go up to the second score mark, just like we did on the base, and we're going to drag straight down. We're going to be following the same process that we used on the base. We just happen to be working with a smaller piece. So we'll go up to that second score mark. We're going to drag straight down. I'll come over to this side, drag straight down because we freed that. Then I'll angle here. I'll angle here. And then I will angle here. And see, I have one more that I need to remove. So I'll go slightly below the score mark and remove it. I'll do the same thing over here. So I'll angle, 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 and reduce. So that's 2. And we'll do the same thing over here. So I'm going to go through this entire process on this lid, just like I did on the box base, so that you guys who are new to paper crafting will start to understand that the process is repetitive. It just takes practice, 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 and repetition, repetition, repetition. So we have that piece. Now I'm just going to angle, angle, angle there, and remove that piece. Let's do the same thing on this side. And remove that piece. So now that we have our piece like this, again, I want to go to these 2 flaps here, and I am going to angle just a little bit because it's going to make it easier for me to close my flap. So when you're finished, your project piece should look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to this piece of 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 inch scrap. I'm going to place it inside of that lid and get it stuck. And now I'll take my glue and I'm going to place my glue on those flaps. And we'll get that stuck. And I'll go in with my bone folder and get it stuck. And we'll put the glue on the last tab. And now that I have placed my glue on the outer flaps, I can just fold these in, and I'll go in and stick them down. And then I'll just take my bone folder, go around on the inside to make sure that everything is nice and stuck. And now you can see I have my lid. Let's bring in that box for the moment of truth. I'll put that lid on, and you can see that I have a very nice fitting lid on this project. And this is how your boxes should look. We should have nice, crisp corners. We should have a lid that isn't too large, and we should have a lid that isn't too small. If your lid is too small, it will cause your box to bow in because you're forcing the lid on. You want to make sure that your lid has a nice fit on it, and we do have a nice fit on this lid. So now we need to make that 3x3 box along with the lid. Now the process for making this is identical to the two processes that I just showed you. So what I'm going to give you are the scores for making this. Then I'm going to go ahead and make this box and lid off camera because it is the exact same process. And in the interest of respecting your time, I don't want to have you sit through watching me do exactly what I just did before. So I'm going to show you how we need to score this, and then I'll put it together. So I'm going to take the 9x9, which is the base, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 3 on all 4 sides. So that's 1/2 inch and at 3. 1/2 inch and 3. 1/2 inch and 3. And you're going to have your piece that looks like this. And then we take that piece and we're going to go to the second score mark just like we did on every other piece of this project, and we're going to score down and put our box together. Then I'm going to take the lid, which is 7 1/8 by 7 1/8, and we're going to score at 1 and at 2 on all 4 sides, which is exactly what we did on the other lid. We scored at 1 and 2, and then we put it together. So when you're done, you're going to have a lid piece that looks like this. We have 2 pieces of scrap that measure 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. That we'll place in the center of both of our pieces once we have them cut out and ready to be folded. But guys, the process is identical. Otherwise, I would walk you through it. But because we are making the same style box, just smaller, I'm giving you the scores, and I know that you don't need to watch me do this yet again, that you can take it from here and fold and burnish and then cut on your score marks. So I'll be right back with a finished box. All right, y'all, so I have my second box done, and it's my 3x3 box with my lid, and I used that same process that I used on making this one. So we have our 2 boxes, and I am just going to stack those 2 boxes just like this, and then I'll take my ribbon and I'm going to cut my ribbon in half. Then I'm going to take my little lighter, and I'm just going to get the heat close enough so that it will melt the fibers in the ribbon and I won't have any fraying. And so now I'm going to take my boxes and I'm going to place them on my ribbon like this. I'll bring that ribbon up and I'm just going to tie a knot. And so now I have my boxes stacked like this. You can go with a single ribbon if you want, but I'm going to take that second ribbon, put it on, and just tie it off in this direction. So this time, I am going to tie myself a bow, and it won't be a very large bow because I don't really want a large bow on this. And I'm just going to finagle this just a little bit. And now we have a super sweet tower box. I am going to bring in my little Santa tag. And those of you who have been with me for a couple of Christmases will know that I purchased these tags at a store called AC Moore a couple of years ago. And I used the tags as embellishments because I thought this was just so cute. AC Moore has since gone out of business, so I'm sure if you search your local craft store or hobby store or online, you can find Christmas tags that will work for your projects as well. So again, I'm going to take the Santa and I'm going to put him right there. What I did was I added a little bit of hot glue to the back. I am going to take him, put him down, and then I'm just going to turn him at a slight angle. And that is really all that we need to do to create the most adorable tower boxes. So when these are stacked, we have a tower box set that is 7 inches high, with the widest part being 4 inches. So we really have a nice substantial size tower box to gift, to sell, or to keep. I am going to bring the first one back in, and so that y'all are able to see. These are the things that we're able to do, guys. We don't have to pay someone to do these for us. We don't have to go to the store to buy these. We go into our craft space and we make them. So I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.